Hey everybody, good evening. This is Bossman Truck Driver checking in. I'm located in Tomah, Wisconsin at Walmart. Local time is 3:32 p.m. Temperature is 28 degrees. Today is Sunday 2018. Just want to say hello. How are y'all? Where I've been, how I've been doing. Just one of those updates. Y'all know I've been with the first company was Stevens Transport. I was there with like 6 months. Then after that, I went with Knight Transportation to finish off my additional 6 months to my year. And now I'm with ADL Transport here. So far, everything's been going all right. Of course, the last two companies were a hit and miss with them. You know, they were all right, but just like they weren't meeting some of them weren't meeting my expectations, what I wanted as far as pay wise, home time, you know, whatever comes with it. But yeah, I've been doing all right, just out here driving day in, day out, just making the money, just trying to do what I need to do, you know, make money and pay my bills and get out of my debts. But yeah, other than that, I was, like I said, my first company was Stevens Transport. I went with their school. I went to their training program. They were my first company where I started from. I did go through with them. I stayed there the 6 months, at least the 6 months before I jumped somewhere else. Really, because I was trying to go somewhere else in between, but they all kept saying, "Oh, well, you gotta restart training and all that." And I said, "Nah, heck no, I'm not doing no more training. I'm already trained." To go through that again, I went through training with Stevens Transport for like 6 weeks with over the road training, and then the school was like 4 weeks. I said, heck no, I'm not redoing that again. So after that, I stayed with Stevens with like 6 months. Yeah, they were like a hit and miss as far as miles, like miles, home time, especially home time. I always had to constantly fight with them about getting me home. Every single time I would fight with them to get me home, I was like, really? Once my 6 months came in and I had that last fight with them, I said, you know what, I'm done. I'm gonna research somebody else, go with somebody else. And by that time, Knight kept calling me, "Hey, come on over, we treat you better, this and that," and all the mumbo jumbo to attract me to them. And funny, they did attract me to them. So yeah, I mean, the last time I was with Stevens, what happens is I was with Stevens. What happened is, I'll tell you the story with them, and then I'll tell you with Knight. And what happened with them was I was in Georgia, and then I was supposed to deliver a load in Texas, and from there I was supposed to go get a load for home because it was due for my home time. But what ticked me off with them was I delivered in Texas, and then after that they sent me a pre-plan for freaking Colorado. I said, really? What the heck is this? Call up and I complained to them. I said, you know what? Y'all promised me after Texas load I was supposed to get a load going home. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of fighting with y'all. Once my hours reset, I'm gonna go turn this truck in, and I'm done. I'm going somewhere else, and there's no ifs, no buts, no nothing about it. And I did. And that day, my clock reset. I hit straight onto the yard and turned my truck in. And I was out of there like that, so I wasn't gonna have it anymore. And yeah, of course, after that, I phoned up Knight and I said, you know what? I'm ready to give y'all a try and see how it goes with you guys. Hope everything is true what y'all said about everything. And I said, you know what, I'll give y'all a try. And I did. And after that, I went one night, and yeah, Stevens called me back after that. Said, "Oh, we're sorry, we want you back, blah 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 blah." I said, you know what, I don't care no more. I'm not gonna sit there and argue with y'all anymore, fight with y'all anymore. You don't want to throw me that stinking tuition, I don't give a crap anymore. I said, you know what, I'm done, move on. It's time to move on. Y'all know better than that. Y'all know that we're not be there at Stevens forever anyways. So I don't get why y'all trying to keep me anyways. So I'm like, you know what, everything y'all are not really too organized in my book. Y'all run like crap. I was like, you know what? I'm out of here. So I hung with him. The guy, whoever, I guess he's one of the top guys, Stevens. I said, you know what? I don't care who you are. I move on. It's time for me to move on with somebody else. And I said, that's why I went with Knight. I mean, Knight was decent. Yeah, I had my hit and miss with them too. Everything was fine from the beginning up until the middle and towards the end. Before I left, that's when everything started going downhill with them too. I mean, like I said, Knight is decent. They're okay, but companies like those, Knight, Stevens, they're just meant to step your foot in the door and get experience, get some experience in, and then after that, you're welcome to leave and go somewhere better, somewhere decent. You know, my recommendation to you guys, for those of you coming into the industry, is at least complete your 6 months before you jump somewhere else. Because when you jump beforehand, like 3 months or 2 months, the thing is, they're gonna still throw you at the head of your head that you're gonna still have to do training. And believe me, once you're ready out of training, you don't want to go back doing that. What I would do is tough it out the final at least 3 more months or whatever, till 6 months, and then start looking somewhere else. But if you want to stay there a year, that's fine too. But if you can't, if you're like me, my situation with Stevens, where you couldn't handle their BS anymore, just hey, hang it up and leave, move on somewhere else. Because if not, it won't get better. They say, oh, it'll get better. Heck no, it won't. I mean, it does for a little bit, but then eventually it goes back to the same thing. So I'd say, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm not taking it no more. That's why I move on with Knight. And Knight was decent. They kept attracting me. Oh, come with us, you'll do better and all that. We'll treat you a whole lot better, give you whatever you want and all that jumble. Like, it worked. It was a little bit true, but some of it wasn't. And so yeah, I'm like, you know what, I'll give you a try. I stayed with Knight for like 6 months. Up until like the first week, I had my first little fight with him about home time and all that. I said, really? I told him, you know, the reason I came to you guys is supposedly to better myself. Looks like I'm trying. Look like what's going on here is I'm either coming here to be at identical situations or worse than myself. And that's when they started opening up their minds and say, you know what, let's treat them a lot better. They did up to the middle, my timing with them towards the end. And that's when they started doing their things again. I said, you know what? Sorry. You know what? I said, what? I'm not taking this crap anymore either. Because ever since with Stevens, I dealt with their BS, kept fighting with them. I said, you know what? I vowed again to never fight again with anybody. I said, you know what? I said, you know what? I said, no. I'm not going to fight with anybody anymore. Best thing to do is either talk it out with them. If they don't listen to you, move on. Go on somewhere else. I'll toughen it out till I hit my next 6 months, which completed my 12 months, OTR experience. By then, that's when ADL contacted me. Say, you know what? We're ready for you. Come on over. That's when me and the boss started talking one night. Say, you know what? That's fine. I'll go over there. You know, of course, I did my homework with him too before I jumped over, because that's the key thing, guys. Any company you go with, make sure you do your homework on them. Ask them all the questions they need to know, like home time, pay, whether you can take the truck home or whatever, you know, whatever suits you. Make sure that company suits you, because if not, there's no way you're going to be happy there. Like me, I wasn't really worried about the homework part with Stevens. Kind of was a little bit, but I needed somewhere to start with. That's the only thing. And then to move on. And yes, I did my homework on Knight. I didn't jump with Knight right away because they were calling me. I got other phone calls from was it Knight, JB Hunt, yes, JB Hunt, and Schneider. No, Schneider. What else? I think Rail was the other one. CFI. All of them, they they weren't those other companies there besides Knight weren't meeting my expectations, what I wanted, because I wanted less time on the road. I wanted more pay, equipment to be able to go home with me when needed, because that's what the freaking downfall with Stevens was. That was the freaking downfall with Stevens, was that you can't take the truck home when you're a company driver. You got to take it to some secure lot of theirs, and then with like a dealer or wherever, you got to take it wherever they tell you. That's that's BS. I dealt with that for like 6 months, because the closest dealer to my house is like 30 minutes, 40 minutes away. I said, yeah, and I had to bother somebody for a ride or Uber back and forth to the truck, and that became a freaking pain in the butt. I said, you know what, enough is enough. That's another thing I didn't like about them. You can't do that. The only way that you can take your truck home with them, you got to do the freaking lease program with them or whatever. Do the alliance BS. I said, you know what, whatever. I'm not giving it to y'all little lease crap. I mean, to be honest, I did go to their business class on that, but said something told me, yeah, don't do it. It's more of a trap. It's more something more that they want to lock you in even more with them, and that's not what I wanted. I wasn't even going to stay with them any longer anyways. I was going to head on out and move on anyways. I said, no, better not do it. Just because you can take your truck home when doing that. I said, no. That's why, like I said, make sure y'all research any company you go with. Make sure that they meet your expectations, like home time, pay, you can take the truck home, all that, so they can meet your needs. That's what I did. I researched before I went with Knight, because like I said, Knight was calling me every now and then, come on over with us, we want you, da 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 da. Because throughout that time, I wasn't really ready, because I was only about maybe a few months in OTR, and I said, nah, I'm gonna wait till at least my 6 months, so that way I don't have to do training all over again. They said they understood it, but they still kept calling me every now and then. Come on, you can better yourself, blah 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 blah. Like, just hold on, be patient with me. Like I said, I would come on over there when I get my 6 months in. I said, just be patient with me. If y'all the ones for me to go with next, I'll give you a call. Like I said, I researched JB Hunt, Snyder, Rail, CFI was the other one. But all of those didn't meet my expectation. Knight was the only one that really did. So I jumped with them, and like I said, I tried it out up until everything went downhill with them too. Everything was going fine. I was making decent miles. The setup I had it with them was nice. I mean, every now and then I can do a week out on the road, or I can do 2 weeks on the road. I can take the truck home, whatever I wanted. But up until towards the end, I kept having to fight with them, because I wanted to be home by a specific day for a specific reason, and they wouldn't meet that. And that really caused me to get mad at them. And I said, when I really want to be home for a certain event, certain date, I need to really be home by then. No ifs, no buts, no playing around with. And they did that like 2 or 3 times. I said, you know what? Because I told them, I really told them, you know what? I'm not gonna take your BS anymore. I asked y'all that I need to be home by this certain day.